Hope you're all doing well. So, the FBI either released or somebody obtained a memo that there are supposed to be armed protests at all 50 states and the capital from the 16th to the 20th. I'm here to tell you that's a mistake, and you need to stay as far away from that as you can. The country's a powder keg right now, and the left will take advantage of that. And they'll infiltrate it just like they did that Capitol March in Washington, D.C. on the 6th. And they will try and do everything they can to make the Trump supporters look bad. The cops are going to be on these. I don't even know how you do that in some of these states. You know, states that have open carry laws, yeah, that'd be pretty easy, but it's just way too dangerous. You know, I felt when they announced the Capitol March that was a mistake. Honestly, I felt we would be much better marching on Google and Apple and Twitter and Facebook. You know, that's the head of the snake, not really Washington, D.C., so to speak. And you see how quick the DOJ and the FBI pretty much sat on the sidelines for 7 months. They got involved a few times when all these people were burning our cities for 7 months. But boy, they're not hesitating arresting Trump supporters right now. And that's exactly what's going to happen. And if there's somebody out there leading the charge, acting all brave, well, 99 out of 100 of them are going to melt away into the crowd after either the bullets or the rocks or whatever it is starts flying. And the beef is really only with a few states. And actually, I guess you could say states. I was going to say some states like Georgia, Wisconsin, Michigan, PA, it's really against 4 cities. But and Arizona is really against the city. But and the trouble they'll start in states that has friendly governors and ADs. And they'll make all these bombastic statements and start arresting people and start rounding people up. And, you know, that's all they need back in Washington, D.C., once they take control of everything, and you know these rhinos are going to fall right in line. You absolutely know that. And they'll start passing all these outrageous bills. Biden will start signing executive orders. And, you know, they'll start rounding up people, name various people, domestic terrorist groups, you know, that type of thing. We've seen this before in our history. During the Civil War, which wasn't a civil war, by the way, it was a war between the states because the South wasn't trying to take over the North. They just wanted to go their own way peacefully, and the North wouldn't let them do it. It kills me. People say, well, you saved the Union. Well, you know, my wife comes to me and tells me I want a divorce, and I beat her and put her in chains for, you know, 5 years. I might have saved my marriage. Does that make it right? You know, what's that old saying? The beatings will continue until morale improves. This is all Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Biden, they're foaming at the mouth for a chance to do this because all these low information voters that only listen to these talking heads like on CBS and ABC and CNN, of course they're only going to get one side of the story. You know that. And they're going to make us look bad. And now is not the time. Now, I'm not, a tree hugging, never time to fight guy. There's a time to fight. Now isn't. Now isn't the time to fight because fighting's going to get us very little, and the consequences are going to be very high. Unless we're willing to go all the way. But I don't think we are willing to go all the way. And that's going to be a great expenditure of people to do that. And, if you try and go all the way right now, whether it's Biden or Trump, they will have to put it down violently. They'll really have no choice. Because if Trump doesn't do it, all Trump supporters will be painted with a broad brush, and Biden would actually be happy about it. It wouldn't bother him in the slightest. It wouldn't bother anybody on the left. Have you noticed that? Yep. So, look, stay away from there. Don't get involved with this. There's a hill to die on, but we're not on that hill yet. We're still kind of walking up it, but this is not the hill to die on, and going down there with arms is just has a potential to make this a very, very lethal situation. And they'll use it just like they used it at Waco, the other things after the Oklahoma City bombing, to pass all these new laws, just like 9/11. It's just, we're playing right into their hands. That's what we're doing if we go down there, because they will create a problem, melt away, back into the crowd, and all of a sudden you're going to be the face of the fight, the face of the shooting, or whatever it may be, and you're going to be the one blamed, because they won't bother with them. The DOJ won't mess with them. Whoever the new Attorney General is won't mess with them. But they will mess with every fiber in their body. Anyway, y'all have a good day. Thanks. Bye.